We are here in Machakos County. Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name's are Antonio Innocent Mdongi. I'm a poultry specialist up to master's level. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, come on, hit the subscribe button. You'll always get an educative video every week and always get a success story of farmers we have mentored every week, at least one. All right? And today, we talk about a very, very critical topic, full of myths, full of misconceptions, but less truth. And I will put for you, as I always do it, how to start a poultry farm with less money or no money. Honestly, I've done poultry farming for the last 5 years. It is not possible to start a poultry farm with no money. I see people cheat you or tell you so many stories on YouTube on how you can start a poultry farm with no money. No. Today, I'm here to tell you things as they go, please. It's not a movie. Poultry farming is not a movie or soap opera that you just watch and you think you can come and do it. You know, the truth is bitter, but it's better you know how these things go, all right? Thank you. You can't start a poultry farm with no money, but you can start with little money and grow, all right? But you can start with little money and grow, okay? Now, how can you start? How can you start small, all right? I want to give you a very good example of even layers. It will apply in layers or even broilers. And listen to me very carefully. If you want to start a poultry farm with less money and grow into a huge farm, first train yourself on brooding. Brooding is where so many farmers don't know how to do it or are afraid of doing it. So kindly maximize on the weak points of other farmers and let that be your strength. You will buy, let's say you buy 200-day-old chicks, and because you got much knowledge on brooding, brood those birds up to point of lay, or rather brood those birds for 2 or 3 months. When you brood those birds for a month, you will be able to sell them at a price that is double the price you bought them, or even a little bit higher than double. You can't tell me that a bird will consume half its price of purchase in a period of 1 month. Okay? When you sell a bird at 1 month, you're selling it at double its price. It would have consumed like a quarter of its price. So when you dispose the 200 birds, you are in a position to buy 500 birds. Okay? Then repeat the same. You will find that you have enough capital that now you can take care of your birds from day old up to menopause. All right? The same goes to the improved birds, the cage improved birds. You find that people who are selling chicks that are brooded are 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, are making more money than those who are selling day-old chicks. So this is supposed to be a tip or a mechanism of you starting a farm with less capital and growing into a full-scale farm or a full-fledged farm. But let nobody cheat you that you can start a farm with no money. How? Honestly, okay, I'm a scientist. I speak mostly from the scientific point, but how can you start a farm without money? Okay? I want to give you a very easy way of starting a farm again. You can buy indigenous birds from in the village that have a very good characteristic of egg sitting. Then let's say you buy like 10 birds that have good characteristics of egg sitting. Then you go and buy fertilized eggs and allocate each bird a certain number. All right? Here, you'll be cutting on the cost of buying an incubator. The cost of power to supply or run that incubator. All right? The opportunity cost of you leaving to do other jobs to come and run the incubator. The birds will sit on the eggs with minimal supervision and hatch with a higher percentage at minimal supervision, minimal cost. When they get the chicks, they'll be able to brood for you the chicks, which is quite a good number. Then you come in and supplement the chicks with the required feeds or the commercial feeds, the scientific feeds that have been researched on that will improve the feed conversion ratio, the weight gain, the growth rate, immunity, such like things. So once you just introduce a little bit supplementation to the feed, you'll find that with 10 birds, let's say each hatched 10 chicks, you'll be able to have 100 birds hatched at the lowest cost possible, brooded. You'll not buy any charcoal. The chicks, the mature chicken or the chicken that hatched the eggs will brood the chicks for you. So you'll not buy any charcoal. You'll not have the hassle of employing a laborer to come and supervise them. As long as you're providing them feed and water and protecting them from predators, and in this case, hawks and vultures. Those are the things, and even rats. You've protected the birds, given them the right vaccination, you would have started a farm with the lowest cost possible. I hope you're getting these things. You know, this is not a matter of just giving you good stories, getting maximum views, and getting maximum followers. It's creating an impact. It's informing you. It's making you understand what you would not have known. You know, it's putting things in black and white. And I repeat, you cannot start a farm without money. That's false. We never started without money. Let's say it's better to say you started with less capital and grew. Nobody will tell you how much he is worth or whatever. That only they keep themselves or we keep to ourselves. So you forget about that. But when you follow the tips I've given you, you can be able to start a farm at the lowest cost possible. You can be able to start a farm with minimal losses and grow gradually, step by step, until you are somewhere or you are there. In a nutshell, it is easy to start an improved kienyeji farm with minimal cost. But someone will ask you, how can you start a layers farm with minimal cost? First, getting layers eggs to hatch is very difficult. And if you can get the layers eggs to hatch, it doesn't work. It might not be good news to you, but it will not work. When you go to a hatchery to buy eggs or to buy chicks, day-old chicks for layers, you will always get 99% hens or female chicken. This is because you are looking and focusing at your business niche. You know, your sole niche is to do egg production. So a cock will do you no favor. To consume your feeds, point of lay, you see no egg in it. Wasted your time and wasted your money. So then, to me, somebody would tell me that you want to buy eggs and hatch to start a layers farm. Don't do that. Don't do that. It is cheaper to buy 100 day-old chicks that are all hens or female chicken, targeting to do egg production, because you will raise them knowing very well you're going to get 100 eggs at week 36, 37, 38, 39, up to week 52. But if you get eggs to hatch, how does the math get off board? One, you will have to incur, let's compare a farmer who has bought 100 day-old chicks going to start a layers farm, and a farmer who has bought 100 eggs to hatch and start a layers farm. I really discourage you from buying eggs to hatch and start a layers farm. I've said don't do that. Why? If you have 100 eggs, you're hatching them. Probability of you getting 50% hens and 50% cocks is very high. In the first place, you will never hatch 100%. All right? Some eggs will be cracked, some eggs will be broken, some eggs will hatch, but incomplete hatching. The embryos will dry in the shells. Some chicks will come out weak, you know. So you'd have dropped from 100 to about 90 chicks. From the 90 chicks, you get, let's just say you've gotten 30% cocks. All right? And you've gotten 70% of the 90 hens. You see? So you've remained with the 50, 60 hens and around 20 cocks. Where are you going to take these cocks or these cockerels? You'll feed them with the same amount of feed you'd have fed to your layers. At the point of lay, you'll just dispose them at throwaway prices because the cockerels have got the lowest price in the chicken industry. How many eggs are you going to collect per day? Going to collect 60. What is your cost of production? The first 21 days, the cost of power, cost of running the incubator, the cost of eggs. So if you compare to somebody who just walked into a hatchery, got 100 chicken and started brooding, by the time you even hatch, the chicken or chicks of this person will be out of brooding, out of risk, you know, and they are 100% females. So when you start egg collection, this person is collecting 3 trays, you're collecting 1, all right? And you are given the same chances and same opportunities. You better go for layers and buy day-old chicks. Don't buy eggs. Please, please, I beseech you. But if you want to buy, you can buy them. For broilers, you know, broilers, it's a business that is, in quotes, a bit tricky to start with less capital. It is a capital-intensive project. If you think about starting broilers with less capital, then think of going for a lower number. That is in black and white. Think of going for a lower number. But don't think of shortcut in broilers because you have to buy the chicks from the hatchery. All right? It's very difficult for a hatchery to sell for you fertile eggs to hatch broilers. A chick is around 65 Kenyan shillings or $0.6, 65. So how much is an egg going for? An egg will have the same price like an egg for a layer. You know, so it's cheaper to go for the chicks. These things are in black and white. But the choice is you as my subscriber. The choice lies entirely on your fingertips. And I'm so happy with the family that keeps growing each and every day, and the positive messages I get, and even the negative messages I get, I appreciate. Let's keep in touch, and if you want us to address a topic, hit us. If you want us to visit your farm, hit us, and we'll always maintain our togetherness as a family. Cheers! Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel.